Hey, 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 guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. Guys, I am back. I made it back to New Jersey. Um, Probably would have been here a lot sooner, but we stopped a few times, to fuel and do something to fuel and eat. I'm sorry I am, uh, buffering or whatever. But you know how I like to start off. Welcome to another episode of Hello World. Thank you for joining me, and I appreciate you guys. I hope I didn't miss much, and I hope you didn't miss me too much around. I've been driving mostly. I've been mainly driving, so that's why you haven't seen me. Um, you haven't seen me here during the regular time that I like to be on. So I like to give it a few moments before because the computer tends to buffer for like a few minutes, and then hey, storage pirate Ricardo. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I have to keep my word and be here no matter what. So it's all good. A lot of auctions, a lot of people shopping it up. So that's okay. I'm thankful that you made it. Um, how about you? Have you done your auction yet again, or are you planning on doing your auction yet? Um, I can't wait to tell you how my day was. How was yours? How was your day today? For the most part, I've been driving. So that's how my day has been. I've been driving, and I had a good time. Oh, Saturday. Okay, cool. I'll definitely try to tune in. That's great. That's great. I'll definitely try to tune in and be there because, I want to support you and your endeavors. Um, so, yes, today, so I woke up pretty late. I woke up around 8 o'clock, and my friend was already up. So she was in her bed. And I looked over and I was like, oh, she was like on her cell phone. So I was like, man, she's up already. So I got my butt up, um, washed my face, brushed my teeth. And then she got up too. And then we went to breakfast. Um, we had waffles, eggs. Um, I had some yogurt that I'm going to eat a little later. Um, But it was good. It was good. Had a nice breakfast, and then we kind of lounged around at the hotel for a little bit. And then after that, we went down to the casino because we didn't go last night. We were supposed to go to her family's house so she can hang out with them, and then go to the casino after. But we left her family's house really, really late, which is okay because I wanted her to enjoy time with her family because she hasn't seen her family in so long. So it was definitely dope. They were extremely friendly, extremely nice. They fed me. Her cousin, Zarenda, she can cook. She fried up some fish, y'all. She basically did a mini fish fry. Yep, she did French fries and fish, not like the French fries that you get at the supermarket. They actually got potatoes, like a few pounds of potatoes, and cut them up into like French fries, and then they fried them up. It was delicious. It was a good time. The company was great. I had a few cookies. Um, I met Jen's cousins, her aunt, which her aunt and like her other aunts and her baby cousins, her teenage cousins. It was cool. So it was definitely a good vibe. And guys, guess what? So I ended up talking about what I do, and her cousin purchased two shirts for me. She got a glow in the dark and also a determined T-shirt. Um, hey, Jenny B, thank you for stopping by. I had a great trip, Jenny. Yes. Um, we'll be talking, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And I'm on really late, but I definitely have to come on. I've been driving all of this time. Um, so I had a good time. It was really good. So I'm pretty much summing up the trip. And her cousins, we had nice conversations. Um, it was cool. We talked about how the coincidence of the hotel literally being, it was literally 15 minutes away from the hotel where her cousins live. And nobody knew that picking that hotel would bring us that close for her to see her family that she hasn't seen in so long. I think, hey, Dad's Vintage, how are you? No, I took 86. I set the GPS to no tolls, and what when you compared the no tolls with the tolls, the average time was about 20 minutes difference. So we were on Route 86, Route 81, Route 304, Route 611. Um, we were on some back roads in other people's houses, so it was a cool trip. Um, we stopped a few times on the way back because for fueling, eating, and using the restroom. Um, so it was cool. It was definitely cool. So yeah, her family fed me good. Hey, CCC, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. I'm just summing up my trip. Hope you guys had a beautiful day. My day was great. And you know what? To sum up the trip altogether, like you guys, if you got a chance to see any of the videos that I posted yesterday, it was amazing. Like Niagara Falls, what you saw on the camera was literally how I viewed it from my own eyes. Like the crystal clear perfection of that, it was really nice. But to sum up the trip, guys, when you really intentionally write things down, I'll just give you a little secret, but part of and I'm talking low because it's late, but part of my vision plan, my vision board was to travel with friends. And guess what? That's happened twice already this year. So that was dope. And um, Jen, the cool thing about Jen is that like we have so much in common. Like I didn't know we had so much in common. Like we listen to music. Um, you know, we talked a lot, and she, invited me to her family's house, and it was cool. Like we did not argue not one time. Um, it was like we were both just laid back and just hung out, and it was really cool. Like we saw so many things and didn't have any inconvenience. Like when I tell you, if any of you have been to Niagara Falls, it's kind of like going to any big city where you can park downtown, but there's meters, and there's also going to be garages. Then there's also going to be congestion of people. Just finished a drive, just no. Oh, yes, Dad's Vintage. Take that ride, and I hope you never run into any traffic for the rest of your journey. Um, so literally, guys. So we crossed the border, and it took all of like maybe 15 minutes because we got on the line, and then when I looked behind, it was like a mile and some change backed up. Like getting to the border did not take time going into Canada. And then I'm pulling my cheek because my jaw is hurting a little bit. Um, so it feels good. Um, so there was, and then like when you saw people going into the U.S., going back into the U.S., it was backed up for miles. So I say that to say we passed when we got into Niagara Falls. Um, the GPS pretty much took us to just a spot in Niagara Falls, but it didn't recognize that we were still on the street level, not by the Niagara Falls. So we were like pretty much parallel. So on the street level, I just kept driving and driving, and it started to look like there was nothing coming up. And so I just drove one more block, and then I made a left. And I was like, well, when we first came from the border, it was literally across from us. So we were on higher ground, so I made a left to go back down. So when we went back down, we ended up going towards there was like out street parking. And I was in being in Canada, I don't know what the money difference is if I just stuck my credit card for the time meter. So I didn't. And then when I turned right, it was a dead end. Yes, it was a dead end. So we parked at the dead end, and lo and behold, when we looked over, you saw the whole entire Niagara Falls. So the first video you saw was up on that big mountain away from everything. That was amazing. So we looked down and saw a bunch of people just crowded up. So we missed all of the traffic, the potential traffic, right? And then I was like, okay, well, it looks like the road is leading this way. So then we went down and then took the loop. And then I saw free parking again, but all the spots were taken. Then when I looked across the street, there was a Montessori, and it said visit all visitors are welcome. So we became a visitor. And so we went into the Montessori and we pulled up, and the guy was just saying that they were having a harpist and a flute, someone playing the flute and a harp. That was a concert that they were having. So we parked and went into the concert area. When we didn't go into the concert area, we went into the gift shop. And so we went to the gift shop, looked around, and they had wine tasting, but we didn't do the wine tasting, but we looked around the gift shop and everything. And so we said, okay, we got parking. And then we pretty much went across the street and ended up at the base of Niagara Falls. We took the tram, and like it's so like it blows my mind how amazing this was, right? So as we were walking, we only had to walk like half a mile to where we ran into where you can take a tram just to take you down the hill into the Niagara Falls section, like the welcome center, and then also just where the Niagara Falls was. So we took the tram, walked through the welcome center, and boom, there was the Niagara Falls. And you know the the place where people, the railway, the railing, it was all full, but there was like a little spot that was open. So we just nestled ourselves in that little spot, did our little videos, took pictures, and then took more pictures. And it was like everything was just so easy, guys. I'm saying that because it was easy. And then, so then we saw the Niagara Falls and we walked around some more. We walked around the gift shop. She purchased some things, and um, that was that. Pretty much that was that. And you know what, too? So, you know, the hotel that we parked at, they had a casino in it. And I was like, oh, let's just go to the casino, whatever. And before we even got to the casino, she wanted some water. So we went to this gift shop. And guess what, guys? They asked if you want to change back in Canadian money or American money. Most places will not give you back American money. They'll just automatically give you whatever country's money it is. And the fact that she asked was amazing. And that's very unheard of, guys. So I got my American money changed back from what I purchased. And I was just really enthralled. It was amazing. So we changed our mind about going to the casino and ended up walking back to the car and drove back. And so the GPS was still set to like no track, like no tolls or whatever. But the GPS pretty much took us through the city streets and back to the border where there was no traffic. But then we made a U-turn because she wanted to check out this mall that was like about 20 minutes away. So as we were driving away from the border, like all of a sudden where we came from was nothing but miles and miles of cars. So I started getting antsy, like, oh my goodness, we're going to be in this traffic. And I'm usually nervous. I'm usually not a nervous person, but when I see traffic, you guys know I don't believe in traffic. So I'm just like, I don't believe in it. I don't accept it. So we went to that mall. And then when we came back, the GPS, I just put in Niagara Falls, New York. And so it took us through the back route. We bypassed all of that traffic that we were driving against. And it took us still back to the scenic view of Niagara Falls on the Ontario side. And so we were able to view it. I even wanted to just pull over and get out the car and take pictures because it we drove past the little falls that led up to the bigger falls that led up to the main Niagara Fall. And then we got a little clustered and a little clustered where a police person was directing traffic and letting buses through, and so that's where we just jammed up a little bit. But again, this was the street view where there's miles and miles of backed up traffic, and when I say miles, it was enough for me to be like, for real, I might as well get out my car and walk back and forth 20 times before we move an extra inch. So we were on the Niagara Falls level again, just driving by, and then she did some videos of us driving and stopped and all of that stuff. So literally, I would say we were in traffic for maybe a half an hour, but we were moving. And so it led us back to the downtown section and brought us right to the border. And the border patrol was easy again. He was like, "Hi, we got how long were you here? 4 hours, blah blah blah." And then he just said, "Bye, have a good day." That was it. And so we got through the border and we were back in New York. I would say tops 45 minutes it took us to get back. So we bypassed that miles and miles of traffic and got through back to the border of New York. And then that's after that, we pretty much went back to the hotel, freshened up, and went to her cousin's house. And then we were supposed to go back to Niagara Falls and on the New York side and see it at nighttime with it lit up. Now, we never did make it back to New York then, to the New York Buffalo side, because, we left her cousin's house like probably like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And by then it was late. So we didn't know what we were going to do today. So I was just like, all right, whatever. But it was a good time. I mean, it would have been nice to capture, some video footage so you guys could see it lit up at night on the New York side, but whatever. Who's to say we won't go back again or whatever? Or maybe you guys might even try to take the trip to go yourselves. So it is what it is. But we had a good time. And then today we went to the casino. I lost $10. Um, we got a free card, but I lost $10. So at least I know how to refrain from, whatever. We got on the road by 1 o'clock. Um, we did, however, uh, run into a really bad accident, guys. Yeah. So it was only like a 5-minute delay, and it was on the opposing side. I forget what town we were in, but pretty much you saw another, but a sea of ambulance and stuff like that, and what you saw was like a Tonka truck that was carrying bikes on the side of the road. And then the next thing you saw was a white Audi. And while you were driving by, you saw the young man just sitting outside of the driver's seat and a girl kind of consoling him. So as I drove by, I noticed that the back window was all shattered out. And I was like, oh my goodness, I hope it's not a bike. And then the next thing I saw was a pretty much mangled up bike. Then the next thing we saw was blue tarp. And then when I looked across, it looked like the police were like kind of like shaking someone or just shaking something. I don't know what they were doing, but I think it was a person. And then you saw other cars just pulled to the side of the road. So that was the only unfortunate thing that we saw on the way back. Um, it was pretty sad, and I was just, I hope the tarp didn't really have a body, but I think it did. Um, but I'm thankful that we were safe. Um, and just seeing that I know was a really life changing thing for everybody involved, everyone who saw what happened, everyone who was involved, even the oncoming traffic that may have seen the actual accident. Maybe the biker had a passenger and they were working with the passenger. But trust and believe that road was closed off. So they were diverting traffic to like the closest exit. And then here you have some people trying to do a U-turn onto the oncoming traffic. And mind you, we were all pretty much going back full speed. And so I laid my hand on the horn just to alert them that you better not try to turn out while we're driving by, because I am going about 65, 70 miles an hour. And yes, the speed limit was 65, so I went 70. And the white car was about, I was like, no, you better stay stopped until there's no traffic. Because, like, we're going back to full speed and there's no entrance for you to come on. So I just wanted to prevent a potential another accident because one, I'm carrying precious cargo, and two, my friend, her family would probably be like, why didn't you get her back safely? So, we went ahead and I went ahead and honked the mess out of that car, and you know, we're here safe and sound. But my heart does go out to all of the people that were involved in that horrific accident. Um, Again, I'm hoping that that blue tarp really wasn't a person, but I think it was. Um, it's sad that you think you're going to have a normal routine day, whether you're a car or a bike, it doesn't matter. You think you're having a routine day and then your life can change just like that. That's why I try to remind all of us, including myself, time is something that we'll never get back. So try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it the most you can. And try just to be around people that, you can get to know and have fun with, enjoy times with people. Definitely, guys, if you can, just give me thumbs up. Tell everybody about Hello World. We will be going back to our regular. Hey, Pittsburgh, it's nice to see you. I think this is your first time in the actual chat, right? Or no, maybe it's the second time. But I was just talking about my trip to Niagara Falls. It was a fun trip. I really had a good time. Um, I honestly am trying to live my life just by flowing and going with the flow of life. And so far, everything is just has been amazing. It's been working out great. Um, I couldn't have picked a better, friend to hang out with for just a few days. Hey, Blended Whiskey, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. I couldn't have picked a better person to hang out with. Um, Really, it was just very easy, very easy. You guys know how it can be traveling with people, and sometimes you bump heads and stuff like that. Um, Me too, storage. I can't wait because you'll love whatever if you win it. You'll love it. But I'm not really worried about it because I see that my numbers went down. I used to be at 490, now I'm at 487. So I'm not even gonna worry about it anymore. When we hit 500, we hit 500, and I'm stick to my word and give you guys whatever I have planned to give you. It's no biggie. Um, so it's definitely gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. But in the meantime, we're just gonna continue to do our thing, hang out with each other, talk encouraging words with each other, and try to be the difference in each other's lives. Oh, I'm sorry, this thing wasn't even on properly. And try to be the difference in each other's lives as much as possible. Um, at least that's my intention, and I hope that's something that you guys get out of as well. Um, what I do want to encourage you guys to do is travel. Really, just travel. Um, there's never ever going to be a better time to travel. There's never ever going to be a financial opportunity where it's great to travel because something always comes up. So while we have the movement of our limbs, the ability to see as much as we can, make the best of it. Go with friends, go with family, go with your loved one, go with your spouse. Just travel. You don't even have to travel that far, but just go somewhere just to change the scenery a little bit. And I tell you guys, it was a perfect the day in Niagara Falls. It was perfect. It wasn't too humid. Um, it wasn't too hot. It wasn't. It was just perfect. It was perfect. It wasn't cold. It didn't. The cloud. It wasn't overcast. The clarity of the pictures were amazing. Um, and it didn't rain. But when I came back to Jersey, when we got back to Jersey, we noticed that it was raining here. So it must have been storming here. So, even still, it didn't even storm. Like, we didn't hit any rain spots on the way back. We hit a few rain spots on the way, but not on the way back. Um, oh, yeah, we did hit another, in Jersey, we did see another accident, but it just looked like the person dropped their bike and he was just a little shaken up. Hey, Diamond. Guys, Diamond is my travel buddy. We just came back from, I'm about to say from Hello World. We just came back from Niagara Falls. It was a great trip. It really was a great trip. And thank you, Diamond, for, the company. It was amazing. It was fun. Thank you for allowing me to hang out with your family. And thank you just for, saying yes to come on the trip, you know, and I'm thankful that she was able to come. Because, while I could have gone on this trip by myself, it's always better to go with someone else. And, I just asked her last week, hey, do you want to go to Niagara Falls? And she was like, okay. And so I was like, okay. And this was her first time ever visiting Canada. So I'm glad that she had a great day, like weather wise. It was great. And when we were in Canada, we had a lot of good times. We saw a Catholic church. Um, we saw the falls. We saw different shops. It was cool. Definitely cool. All right. Enjoy your day at work. Um, yeah. And so, guys, we just got to make sure we make the best of all the time that we have. And you never know. You never know how much you may have in common with a person unless you really just hang out with them or spend time with them. So it's cool. I already asked her, like, hey, where do you want to go next? So we might, that's my little travel buddy. So we might go somewhere else next too. If life allows that to happen. If life allows and time allows and the financial things allow it to happen. I now know I have a travel friend buddy that I can hang out with on, different little trips, quick little trips, um, whether it be driving or flying, just something quick. So definitely, guys, I had a great weekend. I'm so glad that I'm back with you guys too. I'm glad that I was able to have a different scenery for you guys. Um, just so you can see, different scenery. You saw and it was so cool, right? The bed had the little runner that said "Hello, sunshine." Sunshine. How fitting, right? That there was a runner that said "Hello, sunshine." Right? That was dope. So, like everything, guys, life can only be more amazing. And I hope, if anything, that you can see that from, just watching what I'm doing on a daily basis and the different things that I'm getting into now, that you can see that it really does work when you just let go a little bit of control and just let life lead you to different things that might be that will fit for you, that would just fit for you and be cool. So I definitely, and you know what, too? I'm so glad that you guys are patient with me and give me a little bit of your time and still join me because some days is like one day I think I didn't get on until about 11, but you guys still came and I really enjoyed that. I really did. But tomorrow I plan on being here between 7 and 9 because I'm not traveling anymore. I'm not driving anymore. So I definitely will, go back to the schedule because schedules are good. There's nothing wrong with them. Um, and I'll throughout the day, I'll try to do little videos here and there so you can see what I'm doing and getting into. Um, and we'll see. Maybe I'll end up in some other people's chats throughout the day. Um, who knows? I'm just gonna take life as it comes along. Um, Yes, thank you, Dad's Vintage. Um, but yeah, I don't know, guys. Just be safe, enjoy life, make the best of every situation as much as you can. Hey, J Dog, how are you? Thank you for coming again and tuning in. I appreciate it. Please just make the best of your life. You know what I mean? Like, I have a smile on my face, and it is a genuine smile. Um, I'm enjoying life. And I want you guys to enjoy life as much as me or even more than me. Because that's what you should want for your friends and your extended family and family, just for them to enjoy life, even if it's for a moment, just to enjoy life more than me and everything. I appreciate it. I really do. And you guys give me a lot of life. I, I, I can say that you guys give me a lot of life, a lot of enjoyment, and that's all I really have for tonight. Um, I thank you guys. You are amazing. You are beautiful. There is no mistake about your life. Absolutely no mistake about your life. You are necessary to so many people. Maybe you'll know, maybe people will tell you, but just know in your heart, if you are doing and living your life trying to be filled with purpose and trying your best to help your community, your surroundings, and everybody around you, then you are doing it. You are being a difference. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it can only get better. Imagine that. It's only going to get better. So I thank you and I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, just continue to know that as you let go, life will glow. Your life will continue to glow. You'll get to experience things in a different way that you may not have been able to experience had you been in a different mindset. So just continue to expand and continue to open up so that you will be able to receive whatever blessings life has in store for you. And we have unlimited blessings, guys. We do. Again, if you don't believe me, test it for yourself and let it prove to you. Actions will get you to where you need to be. So put that into action, guys. I am here every single night between 7 and 9. That means going on between 7 and 9. Um, Hello World is here to stay. We're on 150 episodes, guys. So that is definitely just a testament that it's been 150 plus days since I've physically, purposely turned on the television. After this weekend, I've got balance again. So I can definitely know my limits as far as tolerating, music and TV and all that good stuff. So like, I enjoyed myself. I really did. So I definitely can't wait for you guys to join me again tomorrow during our regular time. Invite a friend or two and make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bells, and just share the videos because you never know who might get encouraged by something we say in the chat or by something I may say. But that's what we're all about. We're just here to encourage each other to be better, to be better, to be that rock, that clay, so that we can reach those unlimited tap potentials that we just have to attract ourselves to doing. So until we meet again, I really appreciate you guys. I thank you. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference. If you ever want to know anything about me and whatever I do, check the links down below. If you ever want to meet some really cool, dope people, check the links down below and all the featured channels. And until we meet again, you enjoy your evening. May you rest so peacefully that you wake up refreshed and ready to go. So I'm signing out. Joy from Be the Difference saying, hello, world.